Hi everyone, Rick Bray with BT Bosies, and in this video I'd like to discuss some best practices associated with the new Google integration feature for Schoology that was just released in the summer of 2017. I'm not sure how best practice they are because this was just released a few days ago, but the first thing you may say is, well, what if I don't want to attach a Google Doc to my assignment? Here's my concern. You may not get the same functionality. With this assignment stuff, I didn't attach a Google Doc to it, and it doesn't look different when I click into that. To get that different integration piece, I need to add an assignment and then add the Google Drive assignment. So that means you can either make a template file for your student, which is certainly nice, or you could just attach a blank Google Doc to it as a template to get them started. And that's what I would suggest doing because it also helps the student organization side and it kind of helps your organization side just a little bit. But let's take a look at the way that Schoology names these Google or renames your Google templates for students. So again, once you set this up, if you go into My Drive, you'll see that Schoology creates a folder called Schoology Google Drive Assignments. And then in that space, there are subfolders for each course, and in the course subfolder will be more subfolders for each assignment, and then in there reside the actual documents. Just an interesting thing to note, if I go back to here, this Windsor Sandbox 2, I deleted this course, but all the files exist. So that means that even though Schoology is driving the creation of the Google Docs, they exist separately outside of Schoology, because again, this course doesn't exist anymore. So when I look at this particular doc that I made, let's take a look at how it renamed it to sift that out and see if there's some best practices. The first part of the Google Doc name, Sample Kid, that's just the name of the student. So it's always going to put the name of the student first. The second part, Sample Google Doc, that's what I named my original template, was Sample Google Doc. The third part, 2237, that is a unique identifier that Schoology generates for this assignment. So that means every student that submits, and this is according to Schoology, every student that submits a Google Doc to this assignment, the number will always be 2237 for this assignment. So conceivably, you could go back to Google Drive and search out 2337, and you'd find all the Google Docs for this assignment. So you can make a sample template in your Drive and always attach that and call it, social studies template or science template. But that means every single Google Doc is going to be called Sample Kid, social studies template, and then whatever the identifier is given to that assignment. So maybe that's not the best way to do it. Even though it takes a little bit of work on your part, I might suggest making a blank document that you just constantly change the name to whatever the assignment is called. That way the students kind of get into a jive of learning the file naming structure where it's always going to be their name, the assignment name, and then that identifier that probably no one cares about anyway. So I think that's the best practice I can offer at this point. If you don't have a specific template for that assignment, just make a blank Google Doc, name it the same thing as the assignment, and attach that. Because that's going to make a file for the students, and it's going to make a file and organize it for you as well. So it's a starting place anyway. So with that, I'll say thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. But more importantly, if you have tips, if you have some best practices on how you're using this, either let me know or send me a link to a YouTube video, and I will absolutely put it on this playlist to showcase your best practice. So with that, thank you for watching.